Neil Barnes Media. Hi fam, this is Neil of Neil Barnes Media, navigating digital media for family businesses. So in this episode, we're talking about promoting brand and growing your business with Mohammed Al-Ghabra, who is one of the owners of a family-owned business, Shawerma Plus. We'll discuss everything there is to know about starting your own family business. Thank you for joining, Mo.
Thanks, Neil, for having me. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. So Mo, how did you get started with the Shawarma Plus?
So, Neil, just like any business, usually there is always challenges, there is always fears around having a business or not. People are always hesitated. We, as a family, had to go through the same things. We were always uh, we were worried that how can we run a business? How can we manage a business? It sounds very scary, business and managing people and running an establishment that would really be like people would say that, oh, this business was successful one day. So it was a kind of a fear, or we were a bit worried that this might be really a challenging thing. Actually, it's one of the best things that we've done in our lives because uh, I mean, a life without a challenge is useless, has no meaning, right? So you have to put challenges ahead and you have to go move forward and challenge those struggles or fears and start your own business, especially when you have the passion. For us, food was a passion. Food was something that gets the family together, and it would always make people happy. And what's better than having a business that hopefully help in making people happy through enjoying their time with their loved ones or others or their friends and having really memorable experiences. So we started as by ourselves as a family, small family, and we grew up by having in getting more people to help us in becoming part of this family, which is now we're a family of 30 to 40 people, and we're very happy with that. But
Wow.
as in any business, there are always struggles that you have to overcome. You have to let those like those fears or those things come in your way and challenge them, because else, I mean, you can't really tell how good you are and what are the things that you're really makes you different from other people. And food is always something that makes people happy and makes people get together. So this was the thing, because when you have a passion in something, when you love something, it's something that would give you an edge over your fears and struggles and make you
Mm.
succeed. So I believe that the key here is to always look for things that make you like make you challenge those struggles,
Mhm,
challenge
mhm.
those fears, and move ahead. For us, it was a passion that my mom was a good cook. We always enjoy food,
Mm.
and we get a lot of friends and people together on the table. And everyone used to ask us in to suggest, like, guys, why don't you have your own business? Especially
Mm.
in the food and beverage or the food industry, and definitely, you guys will succeed. Now, the issue was is that moving from a traditional way, or like a very unstructured way of serving food to people whom are visiting you, into a more structured procedural way where you're going to be having people to train, systems, invoices, things like that, is what scare any new business owner the most. But you can always, as we said, challenge those struggles step by step by moving forward. The more you move, as long as you just grasp that opportunity, don't stop, start. And then as time passes, you'll get to know those challenges and you'll become even more better and better.
So Mo, your business started, Shawarma Plus started 2012, right?
Yep, that's right.
So since then, can you share any stories about something specific related to your best or worst experiences in Shawarma Plus?
Yeah, sure. We had so many good. I mean, and it's been our life, like 12 years so far in this business, in all its ups and downs. There are no regrets. We're always happy to be there, because what really pays back is the community, the people around you. And sometimes is when you go to bed and you know that you did something that's good for the people and the community that you live in. That gives us those this power, kind of like it fuels us with the passion, and it makes our love to this business never ending. Whenever we remember that, okay, today we had to go through certain struggles and we did overcome, it makes us even happy. And whenever we see that smiles over people's faces, it makes us even more happier. Now the thing is that there are always some ups and downs. Definitely, like one of the worst case or worst phases during during the lifetime of our business was during the pandemic.
Mm.
It was very difficult. It was not only for us, for everyone, I guess, for business owners and even for people who like normal people, even students, even schools, even universities, and everyone in the society. So it was a very big challenge that we weren't prepared for, um, especially when you are trying to stay and follow the procedures that are given to you by the experts in the society, and you need to follow those and make sure you abide by the laws. And there will be, it's the transition that comes with it that's really difficult. But you always, as we say, the first couple of days, or the first 1, 2, 3 times that you're following those rules will be hard, but then things get smoother as people get used to it, especially while training the staff and training your people and your team on how to deal with certain things, and things that are related to the safety of the visitors and of the people visiting your establishment. So you have to always make sure that you are always following those rules. And sometimes there are some challenges, especially when people are having some difficulties following those rules, whether it's your team, your staff, or even people coming from like your customers. You have different people from different backgrounds, and people have different. Some people do follow the rules, some others don't. But we try always to help, as an establishment, to follow whatever is there, because we always care about the community's health and everyone, the overall health of the community around us. So it was one of the worst, or let me put it this way, it was one of the toughest struggles that we had to go through.
Mm. Yeah.
As well, our work always, the challenge is always for us, and during busy seasons, especially when people are as well, always, like, let's say there is a certain occasions when people are fasting. For instance, right now it's
Mm.
Ramadan, and it's really tough for my team. I know that because when you're working behind the kitchen, behind an oven, and it's 500, 400 degrees Celsius away from you, and like 2, 3 meters, and and you're fasting the whole day, and you need some dehydration, right? You need some
Mm.
fluids to keep you dehydrated, but still you have to work. So we always try uh, to follow those rules, but at the same time to always be ready for occasions, because when people are fasting, when people are celebrating any occasion, we try to be there, and we try to be as a trusted partner, or as a trusted food establishment
Mm.
to help people. So right now it's like Ramadan, for instance, but it's good at least that it's not that hot, uh, with a minus or -2, -1, up to +5, +6 degrees so Celsius. So
Mm.
that's acceptable, and it's not that hard as before. I remember in 2015, it was really tough when it was like 35 and 36 degrees
Mm. Mm.
Celsius, and we were working in the kitchen all day from 11 until 9:30, until our break, our fasting. But we're trying to help as much people as possible as well. So it's a challenge, but we are always happy, and we've been doing it for years and years. So now it's become easier. It's part of our life. We got used to it. That's one of the challenges as well, beside the pandemic. Now there are always daily our work requires a lot of sometimes physical, not only mental concentration, but sometimes as well it requires some physical involvement. Sometimes you're using certain tools, certain equipments. You need to be always careful. You need to be well prepared, equipped with first aid in case
Mm,
anybody. We have a lot of issues sometimes with the kitchens, sometimes with the machines, sometimes with people misusing certain equipments. You have very delicate and soft equipments, or sometimes soft tools that you need to be using, scissors, certain cutleries and knives, and that you need to prepare the people food and the customers. So you need to be always aware with how to use those tools, how to train your people, and make sure they're always using it through the way we've taught them and we train them on. Those are the daily challenges, but those are like a smaller challenge because those are an everyday. It becomes like
mm,
part of our daily routine. Best possible things happened is when we've done caterings before to certain people who were engaged. Very nice and memorable experiences as well when we did for the food of Waterloo, when we raised a lot of money to the food in the Waterloo
mm,
region food bank. When we did to certain Mennonite churches and other to help Syrian refugees and other refugees when they were first during the time of accepting refugees. They need a lot of people to help, so we were giving a lot of hand, a lot of translation, helping people assimilate, understand the rules, the culture, what's everything about Canada, what makes it different than other countries, and help those people assimilate. So we were there always, whether it requires us to be there to sponsor, requires us
mm.
to help raise a fund. So those were the best, raising the funds for the food in the food bank in the Waterloo region, and the one for the Mennonite churches as well, which we were very proud to be part of.
Hmm. Wow, so great. So inspiring to know about it.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
I saw your Instagram account and yeah, it's really amazing the what you are doing and your social media. So what strategies do you do to attract new customers using digital media or social media?
Okay, so we in the social media world, it's very it's a very challenging world. It's very fast, and you have to be always aware of the latest technology advancements, the latest features, the latest as well methodologies or strategies to follow that make sure you survive. It's a tough world. Like when we first started, there were a couple of restaurants, shawarma restaurants in the region. We were talking about 6, 7 restaurants. Right now, we're more than 35 shawarma places in a small region, let's say, or a region that targets around 600 to 700,000 population. So the competition is fierce, and the new strategies keep evolving, and new tools keep evolving that we as a business owners need to be aware of and keep following those trends. So we've been good in terms of social media, following our uh, social media platforms by following certain strategies, let's say. So we've been helping people recognize, first of all, our page, recognize our name by doing a lot of draws and advertisements, spending a lot of monthly budget, or we allocated a monthly budget just for our social media platforms. That's the first thing. And then is after allocating that budget is where are the tools, or let's say the certain programs or the certain initiatives that we need to follow that will give us the highest ROIs, the highest return on investment, according to each dollar value that we're spending in that social media. And we've noticed that a lot of it comes from the social media. Most of our highest
Mm,
ROI comes from the social media, to be honest. And it always helps us boost our sales in a way or another. Sometimes it's very difficult to measure it, but we always know that given the certain tools and the parameters that we're using, it's been proved to be very successful. Now, at the beginning, we followed a way where people could share our name, tag their friends, mention their best experience, their best favorite restaurant, sharing it with others, and then entering into certain draw to win free meal for a year. Lately, to win PS5, to win certain gifts that would make people more interactive. We wanted to
Mm.
bring people, but we want them as well to interact with us. Not only, people who are silent but are just following you, but people who are more interactive, people who would take an action after they see an advertise and decide whether to ser- to let's say go ahead with a certain purchase. Second of all, we started with a lot of the old methods, which is kind of or old strategy of having a certain discounts, like the ones where people, some other like businesses used to print certain brochures and leaflets, and you can rip that off and use it to get a $5 off. But now it's more used in the like social media in a digital way, where people can say, let's say, share this code with their friends, and for a referral code, let's say, or for a certain like or share, they can get 50, 20%, $10 off of their next visit, or when they're placing their orders online. This would as well help us funnel and check where are our customers coming, especially if they're coming through that social media advertisement. We're directing them into our online system, so we know that those customers use those code. So most probably those people, the ROI is measurable by checking on who came using that, let's say, code, for instance. Later on, we start bringing as well influencers, social media influencers,
Mm.
investing with people who are really interested and they have a lot of followers, mainly foodies who are interested in have a target market that's actually the market that we're looking for. Young age people, people who love shawarma, people like mainly teenagers, especially between the ages of 18 and 22, mainly school students and universities who are really interested in having a something that's a quick bite, more like a shawarma wrap, because they're always in a hurry, they're always on time. So we had to target those influencers who most of their followers are from that background, which matches our target market and segment. Further on, we moved with the further steps by having certain collaborations with certain businesses. Sometimes when we do a certain collaboration, some partnership, sometimes. And the last or the least thing, it's the least we could do, but it's as well was one of the last steps, and we should have done that long ago. But we were a bit reluctant and not sure of how successful it'd be. But it seems that it's moving on forward by being a great move for us in the social media, which is having our own stories, our own episodes, real life challenges, making this transferring those stories, real life challenges of a chef and of a team of a shawarma
Mm.
people into a real life issue in stories, because right now people are more tending toward watching those videos, especially short videos. The trend now is with those short videos, so we're trying to have a very short, direct to the point videos within 10 to 20 seconds. That was as well a latest strategy based on the algorithms that the social media now is pushing. Those are basically our strategies that we've been following. Those were are the initiatives that resemble the main strategy, which is how to bring a good traffic through our social media platforms. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, agree. And I think it's really working. That skit, it's very engaging.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
So after this digital media phase, let us go somehow to, yeah, to your some personal, your family. How do you balance your career, having a business, and your family?
Well, to be honest, that's one of the most challenging things in life. It's not only in our job, in any job, I think, in usual. I mean, in general, any person would be really busy focusing on his work, whether it's whether he's self-employed or he's an employee. Because there are always, there are always challenges in life. You always have to meet those basic needs for your families. And plus, especially when it's a business, it's another burden because you're there's a kind of a struggle where you always you look at your business as if it's your baby, and you want all the time this business to grow, and you keep
Mm.
challenging yourself. Did I do enough? What if I did that? So it's always this kind of conflict, internal conflict that we have once we go to bed, especially business owners or self-employed people when they go back, is that did I do enough? I should have done that thing yesterday. I should have done that. You're always afraid because it's a business that's helping a lot of families, and you're managing it. You want to make
Mm.
sure everyone is happy. Now, of course, we try to always uh, check on ourselves, check on what did we do wrong, what can we do better. It's part of human nature. But when you're running your own business, there is something extra that you need to keep on looking at, because you know that you're trying to run a business that's helping a lot of families, and you need to be responsible on that, and you have to make sure you're taking the right decisions. So it's really sorry sorry so it's really challenging, but you always try to say that, oh, at the same time, I have a family that I have to take care of. And the balancing is the toughest job. If anybody is good in balancing between his work and life, and especially his family, I would say this guy is a successful person. It's not something easy. It's very difficult, but it's always about knowing when to pause, shift your focus into something else, when to cut those, when you keep having those ideas of your business and how to improve your business, there is always time for it. So it's always how to make sure that you're very organized, make sure that, and that's what I do always to myself, that try to make sure that I'm organized. Now it's time when to stop thinking of the business. Although internally my brain might be still thinking of it, but now I need to focus in, like, concentrate on what my kid needs or what my family needs. What do they need? How can I help them? If how did there So I make sure that there's a list of things that I have to make sure I meet every day. I need to know how my kids are doing in school. How was my wife's day? How did she do today at school or at the kitchen or whatever she's doing? So you have to have those questions, and you have to have this certain kind of, for me, it's like a certain questions that I have to ask myself. I need to make sure that I meet those questions. I have to make sure that I'm asking about them, about their well-being, if they're happy or not. What did they go through the whole day? Spend some quality time with the kids, especially when it's, let's say, when it's, especially for us when it's winter, because we used to live in a more like a different kind of like in different countries we used to have different weather, where people, most of, especially kids, most of the time they're outdoors playing, they're with their friends, they're in the park. But especially in the winter, we have more time to spend with our kids, to get to know more about them, about their school, about the challenges, and about everything that the whole thing that the whole family is going through. So it's tough, but we always try to balance. That's another thing, is that there is a something sometimes. Sometimes my kids don't expect me to be home, and you'll be home and they'll be very happy. And sometimes they expect you home but you're not. So that's the thing with this, with the running your own business, is that it's non-structured. Your time is even non-structured. Sometimes it's not organized, because you have to be there whenever the business needs you. But sometimes as well, it makes them happy when you don't announce your return to the home, and you're all of a sudden in the home, and you find your kids, and they're, oh my god, dad is here. So it makes them
Mm.
really
Right, right.
happy. And that's the thing of business, is that there is no routine. And my kids, after a couple of months and years, they get used to it, is that we don't know when our dad will be back, but he's gonna be definitely back. Sometimes they expect me, let's say, certain time, I come earlier, sometimes I come later. So that's, by the way, that's something beautiful about running your own business, is that
Mm.
it's not something I like the work of being non-structured. I don't like routine work. I don't like to do the same thing every day. So whatever let's say today I'm supposed to stay late. Today I'm supposed to stay for training, for changing systems, certain things that the business needs me for. So I stay late. And other days, no, there's no need for me to be there, so I'll be back early, and that makes my kids happy. So I mean, it pays. It I mean, uh, those surprises makes my kids always happy and makes them always ready for me, not knowing when I'll be back. So you try always to do your best to balance, but at well, you need to make sure that. Life, your family, and your business. You need to take care of your business, but as well, the family is the most important thing in your life. So you need to make sure that they know the sacrifice we're doing. It's not a sacrifice that we business owners are doing, but it's the sacrifice of the families of those of the business owners that's doing. And they, as long as they they're happy to be part of it, and they're always very happy to see that they're proud of their dad, proud of their business that probably could help them and help their kids as well in the future. They'll be always supportive. The time you feel that your family is not supportive enough in a certain business is a time where you need to reconsider what you're doing and how to change it to the better.
Yeah, family is everything, and family is so important, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
Mo, what's your advice for people just starting out their own business?
So Neil, that's a question that many people keep asking. Well, definitely, I would say first of all, you have to have a vision. Where do you want to be in a few years? How do you want to achieve that? But before that, you need to have something that you truly love, something that you're doing and you love doing, or you enjoy doing, or something that you have a passion. If you don't have the passion, that aspect, the passion, if you don't have it, it's gonna be really tough for you. But if you just have the passion, but you don't have the tools, you don't have the resources, so many things are missing, you can still be successful in whatever you're pursuing. And when you're doing you want to become a business owner, the first thing and the most important thing is the passion, something that you really love. Because when you love this thing, you're gonna learn more about it. You're gonna accept failure, accept falling down sometimes, and accept standing again back on your feet, making sure that you're learning because you love that thing. You'll never say
Mm.
just, oh, you know what, let me find something else, something better, something that makes me more wealthy. Well, I mean, of course money is an important factor, but enjoying the thing that you're doing makes that thing more sustainable. So I would say is following a passion and then following your dreams. And if you have a dream and on something that you really love, you can start articulating a real strategy by saying, okay, what's my vision? I love this thing. I love this kind of business. Let's say carpentry, whatever the business is, whatever the field is. So how can I make sure I run my own business, run this show by myself, or with friends, or with family? So I need to have a vision. Where do I need to be in a couple few years? What's my mission statement? What do I need to achieve, and how I'm going to achieve that? And then I put that kind of a strategy in order to achieve my vision. But as I said, the most, like, if you want to be a really successful business owner, first of all, you have to have a passion, and second of all, you have to have that vision. And
Mm.
then is about becoming an organized person by writing everything down, making sure you listen to experts, you ask your friends, you ask your family. Sometimes you have to attend, let's say, certain workshops that are provided by, let's say, MCA, YMCA, MMC, other different, so many other institutes or small businesses federation that would really help people to have their own and run their own business. Also, always try to sit to experts, listen to that. But at the end, it's all about you, that you love something, there is a passion in certain field, and you have a vision. So you start working on that. You can always start a small. That's the second most important thing is don't think, for me, for instance, when we started our business, we want to become that. Okay, that's nice to have it as a vision. You want to become something like the biggest, or the hugest, or the best. Okay, that's good. But the thing is, always try as well to have things that are achievable in the short run. Because whenever
Mm.
you lose hope, if you don't achieve something in the couple of, let's say, 3 months, and then 6 months, and then one year, and you see yourself that, oh, you're still way far away, sometimes that might affect you or might impact the way you're perceiving things and the same way you had that passion. So you need to have short-term goals as well. And I would say is keep on your passion alive with this vision, mission, the whole strategy, and make sure you start small. It's fine even if you started with a small, like a with a couple of hundreds of dollars with 2 3 customers. That's fine. I mean, what's bad about it? And then when you can see that, okay, you're doing good with 2 3 people, you can do it on a larger scale. So moving as well and copying that from a small let's say a small structured business into a larger scale would help you a lot, because then it gave you that kind of experience by or it gives you that kind of what you're expecting from people. Like it makes sure
Mm.
it matches your expectations in the future, that I thought I will be having this much from a customer, but then I had this much or whatever. Those were the challenges when I'm dealing with the customers. So it makes you always ready. Don't start by a huge investment. You don't have to start with a huge investment. You can always start with a small little budget, serving, as I said, 2 3 customers. And then the third and last step for successful business is that you make sure that you know that first of all you have to know that you're going to go through certain challenges and struggles, and you have to overcome those. If you if you say that, okay, I love something, and I want to do that no matter what, then you have to. The most important thing is how do you overcome the challenges along with this dream. Like I sit with my kid and he tells me, I want to be a firefighter. And that's my dream, let's say. Okay, perfect. Whatever your dream is, I'm gonna support you. But I have a question. Are you willing to accept the challenges that are coming with along with this job?
Mm.
Are you going to fight to make sure you overcome those challenges? If yes, and nothing makes you down, no matter how hard you fall, then you'll probably become best business or successful business owner and the best business model ever. Because the only issue is that consistency. Many people fight, but they don't keep fighting. It's a long fight. It's not something difficult, but it's just having the, do you know, like the people who run a marathon, they keep having like a, it's a long thing. It's not something that you could run just for a, let's say, 10 meter or 100 meter sprint, and then that's it. It's like more like 5, 10, 15 kilometers, and you keep pushing and you keep
Mm.
putting higher limits. That's the beauty of that business, as whenever you reach a certain goal, you say, no, I want to become even better than that. So it's always keep fighting. If you have a struggle, it's not the end of the world. You can always find a solution. Even sometimes it might cost you some of your time. Sometimes it costs you some of your relationships, especially bad relationships with certain toxic people. It's even better for you because it tells you whom are the people that you should be around. But as well, it makes you a stronger person. So you should never let it go. You should always fight for your dream, because if this is your dream, then you should fight for it. And just like everything in life, that's the business. It's like a baby that you're dealing with. You want to make sure how it grows step by step. You don't have to rush it, but you want to make sure you're always behind it to support it.
Nice, nice. Thank you very much, Mo, for your time and for sharing your experience and expertise with us. Keep on inspiring. You are such an inspiration. And for our listeners, viewers who want to know more about your business, please share to us your website and social media accounts.
Absolutely. Thanks, Neil, for having me tonight. It's a pleasure. And thanks, everyone, for tuning in and listening today, our great interview and episode with Neil. If you're interested in knowing more about us, about our story, and as well trying our the special Middle Eastern delicacy food, shawarmas, and others, that's why we're called, by the way, Plus, because we serve shawarmas and others. Please follow us on
Mm.
Shawarma Plus. You can find us always on social media, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, definitely, on Twitter, on X. Twitter, yeah. And you can find it under the name Shawarma Plus, just to make sure it's shawarma with the E. So S H
Yes,
A
with the
W
E.
E. We're the only ones who are different. Everyone is an A, shawarma, but we are
Mm,
more bringing the authenticity into the name itself. So not only in the food, the name back in our home country, the way they call shawarma, they say shawarma, shawarma. So shawarma is
mm,
Shawe, shawarma. That's why we don't call it shawarma, we call it
mm.
shawarma. So we brought even that in the name, so you can always make sure if you want to follow us. We'll be very happy to see you there and becoming part of our big family. Shawerma Plus, Shawarma Plus. Thanks for tuning, everyone. Thanks, Neil, for having me again.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mo. And thank you, listeners, for tuning in here at Neil Barnes Media Podcast. And for those watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and follow me on all my social media accounts. My username is at Neil Barnes Media. Bye. Thank you so much, Mo. Have a great day, fam. Neil Barnes Media.